What makes a king? Is it brute strength, or something deeper?
In the wild, two legends rise above all: lion and tiger. One hunts alone, silent and deadly. The other leads an army, commands a kingdom, and rules the open plains with fire in its eyes.
Today, we uncover why the lion, not the tiger, wears the crown. And the answer may surprise you. It doesn't growl. It doesn't roar. It doesn't warn. When a tiger comes for you, you won't hear it until it's too late. In the cloaked silence of Asia's jungles, where mist clings to ancient trees and light barely filters through the canopy, a shadow moves, soundless, calculating, lethal. This is the tiger, evolution's perfect executioner. Not a creature of noise or spectacle, but of silence and finality. A ghost with claws. A phantom of fangs. Tigers are loners by nature, and they are masters of their solitude. Unlike pack hunters that rely on group strategy, the tiger depends solely on itself, on its sheer strength, impeccable stealth, and the unrelenting precision of its instincts. It does not share its territory. It does not call for backup. And it certainly doesn't hesitate. At over 300 kilograms, the Bengal and Siberian tigers are the largest of all wild cats. Their frames are coiled with muscle, their paws broad and padded to silence each step, their striped coats a perfect illusion in the broken patterns of light and shadow. But what makes them truly terrifying is not just size, it's their method. A tiger can stalk its prey for kilometers, melting through vegetation without a sound, reading wind and terrain with uncanny intelligence. Then, when it finally strikes, it unleashes every ounce of stored power in one explosive leap, landing with the force of a falling boulder and the lethal speed of a coiled spring. It doesn't miss. It doesn't need to. Deer, boar, monkeys, crocodiles, even animals twice its weight, none are safe. The tiger's jaws can crush windpipes or snap spines. Its claws, sharp as daggers, rake open flesh in a single sweep. And all of it happens so quickly, the jungle doesn't even have time to scream. In pure one-on-one combat, the tiger might outmatch the lion. Heavier. Stronger limbs. Longer canines. It is, in a vacuum, the more dangerous cat. Stories from zoos and circuses, where chance encounters led to fights, often tip in the tiger's favor. But the wild is not a vacuum. And kingship is not about isolated strength. The tiger is a master of ambush, but it hides. It dominates the shadows, but it shuns the spotlight. It rules through fear, but never through unity. It may strike terror, but it does not inspire loyalty, reverence, or allegiance. It is feared. But it is not followed. The tiger is a legend whispered in the leaves, a solitary blade in a world of ghosts. But legends don't always wear the crown. Leave the jungle. Step into the light. The shadows fall behind you, and in front lies an open battlefield, the vast, unforgiving plains of the African savannah. There's no place to hide here. No cloaking canopy, no silence to mask your approach. In this arena, stealth is not king, strategy is. And one animal stands alone atop this sunlit throne, the lion. Unlike the solitary tiger, the lion is not a ghost. It is a monarch. A commander. A sovereign presence that thrives not in isolation, but in coalition. Lions are the only truly social cats, and this changes everything. They form powerful units known as prides, dynamic, organized communities bound by blood and cooperation. A pride is not just a family. It is an army. A kingdom. A machine designed for dominance. At the heart of this force are the lionesses, sleek, agile, and ruthlessly efficient. They do most of the hunting, and they do it like generals. Their tactics rival those of military squads. They fan out, encircle, drive herds toward ambush zones. One lioness may spook the prey, another flanks silently, while a third waits hidden in tall grass, muscles tensed, ready to strike at the exact moment chaos erupts. This isn't brute force. This is calculated execution. But the males, often misunderstood, are far from lazy tyrants. They are the guardians, the shield wall. Their duty, defend the pride from invaders, hyena mobs, rogue males who would slaughter cubs and claim dominance. And when rivals come, the confrontation is brutal, raw, and without mercy. Roars tear across the savannah. Dust flies. Claws rend flesh.
And when the dust settles, only one lion walks away.
The other is left to the vultures. And then there's the roar, a sound unlike any other in nature.
It is not just loud.
It is seismic.
It can be heard 5 miles away, echoing over grasslands, rippling across valleys, causing prey to scatter and challengers to reconsider. The tiger may whisper through the jungle, but the lion announces itself.
It declares, "This land is mine. These skies echo my name."
But the lion's power goes beyond the body, it reaches into the soul of history. From Mesopotamia to medieval Europe, from African tales to Roman crests, the lion has been more than a beast, it has been a symbol.
Of courage. Of nobility. Of rightful rule. Ancient kings wore lion skins. Empires etched them into shields and thrones. The lion wasn't just admired, it was revered.
While the tiger stalks in silence, the lion lives in the imagination boldly, eternally.
This is the lion's advantage. Not just strength, but structure. Not just dominance, but dominion. It doesn't need to sneak. It doesn't need to hide.
It walks openly through its kingdom, unchallenged, unafraid, because it knows it was born to rule.
Strength alone does not make a king. If it did, the jungle's silent assassin, the tiger, would rule undisputed.
But the crown does not go to the strongest. It goes to the one who commands not just fear, but allegiance, not just awe, but symbolism. And no creature in the animal kingdom wears that crown more completely than the lion. The lion's power is not only in its muscles, or its roar, or its tactics, but in the mythos it carries.
Its mane is not just fur, it's armor.
A burning halo of gold, it protects during brutal fights and signals dominance across the plains.
No other big cat has this. It's not just biology, it's pageantry.
When a lion stands tall, wind brushing through its mane, it doesn't look like an animal.
It looks like a force of nature. Like a monarch ordained by the earth itself. But even more striking than the lion's presence in the wild is its presence in our minds. From the earliest human civilizations, the lion has symbolized more than just a predator. It has symbolized leadership, justice, and divine right. In ancient Egypt, lions stood beside gods and guarded sacred gates. In Babylon, they lined royal roads, carved into massive reliefs to project imperial might. In medieval Europe, they emblazoned shields and standards, representing valor, honor, and the will to protect.
In Asian philosophy, the lion is a celestial guardian not even native to the region, yet revered all the same.
Even in lands where tigers actually roam, it is the lion that graces the emblems, the coins, the thrones. Because people don't just respect the lion. They believe in it. This spiritual weight matters. Because true kingship is more than physical control. It's about lasting influence.
And the lion's influence stretches not just across territories, but across centuries. It has shaped ecosystems, controlling populations of prey, dictating where herds migrate, even influencing the behavior of scavengers and predators alike.
But it has also shaped human cultures, stories, flags, literature, and lore. The tiger may be the more powerful brawler in a cage fight.
But the lion wins the war of meaning.
It's not just a beast. It's a symbol.
A mirror reflecting our deepest ideals of what it means to rule. And while the tiger creeps through the undergrowth unseen, the lion steps boldly into the open, into the sun, unafraid of being watched, because the world has always watched it.
It doesn't ask for reverence. It demands it.
Not through fear, but through presence. In the final judgment, kingship is not about a kill.
It's about what endures.
And when dust settles over the savannah, when ancient winds pass over scorched grass, when both roar and silence have faded into legend,
one truth remains unshaken.
The lion does not just survive the wild.
It defines it. And that is why it is king.
In the end, it's not just about who is stronger, faster, or deadlier.
It's about presence.
It's about power that echoes through generations, leadership that shapes the wild, and a roar that silences all doubt. The tiger may be a master of shadows, but the lion stands in the light, unchallenged, unmistakable, and unforgettable. That is why, across the ages, the world calls only one the true king of beasts.